Daddy, you are self-governed.
Hey, what's up? It's Rick Dees in the morning. Right now, Vendog.
Access granted.
Going live from a 35,000-foot view, the Captain America for Jesus himself, Vendog Radio.
Yes, sir. Ha-ha! Yes! 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 Thank you very much. God bless you. Happy Monday to everybody. Yes, it's Monday, the beginning of the week. I know everybody had a hard day's work, been working like a log. Of course, I'm not a Beatles fan. All right. Vendog in house right here. If you are on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on the podcast. Today is going to be a good one because today's title is The White House Showdown. No deal. Man, I got to tell you, if you saw the thumbnail, I made sure that Zelenskyy looked like a little kid walking out with his tail between his legs on Friday from the White House. So, you know me, I know about politics and everybody gets up in arms when we talk about this stuff. This is going to be a fun one this afternoon. And I got to guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, that you are going to have one of the best times of your life. I guarantee it. Because today is the day where I'm going to break down this 7-minute video. Yes, it was kind of cool too. And I got some little fun stuff in store for all of you guys towards the end of the podcast. We're going to have a great time today. And I promise you, we are going to have lots of fun. All right. And don't forget, tomorrow is going to be Call In with Vin Tuesday. That's right. People are going to be able to call in and talk on Tuesday afternoon. And my moderators will give you the request line numbers tomorrow, not today. All right. So check this out. And great to see Joanna Wallace back. Yeah. Yeah, she's one of my favorite peoples. As a matter of fact, all of my mods are my favorites. And you guys are all my favorites in the audience because I really love and appreciate each and every one of you. So check this out. If you are on Getter, Gettr, please hit the follow switch and repost and share. Thank you to Jason Miller and the crew at the front office at Getter. They're always blessing me to be on the front page, and I appreciate that very, very much. If you are on the infamous Rumble, hit me up on Rumble at Vendog Radio USA. Hit the follow switch, repost, share, and thank you to the folks at Rumble for taking care of my technical difficulties earlier. So I really, 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 really appreciate that. All right. If you are on X, please hit the follow switch, repost, and please blast this show into the troposphere. That's where we want it, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to do it today. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can't you guys tell that I'm alive, awake, alert, enthusiastic today? It's one of those days, I'm telling you. I am just thrilled to be here. Thank you, Jesus. All right. So, as we know, the little man from the Ukraine showed up to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue expecting to get some cashella. What he got was some dudes that were ready for him. Let's see what happened when he tried to bamboozle, tried to give Donald Trump and J.D. Vance a little boogery. Yes. The little wimpy thug himself, Stone Cold Killer, Mr. Zelenskyy, who doesn't take care of his own people. The guy is a criminal. He should be in prison. All right, so here's what happened.
Maybe he did. I don't know what happened, but he didn't break him with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal.
The guy doesn't even know how to play Deal or No Deal.
The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without.
No, he would be a super wimp. That's what he is. He's a wimp. He's basically a wimp. He's a chimp and a wimp. Zelenskyy, the chimpy wimpy.
The United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out.
Okay. So basically, he's saying that you're going to get pummeled if you don't make a deal with America. But you know, this guy wants to be a part of NATO so bad that he wants the United States approval. I know it's theater for some people, but for me, this is exciting. I get excited. I get a rush off of this stuff. It's kind of fun to talk about it. You know, the theatrics of it all.
I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out.
It's not going to be pretty for Vladimir Zelenskyy. This guy thought that he could come and play people like a piano, but this turned out to be very, very different for him. And this is really, really cool to know.
But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful.
You know why? Because he's like a little whiny kid, and we'll get to that part later.
And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right, I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh?
Yeah, I think we've seen enough too, right? He is like treating this guy like a stepchild. He's like basically giving him the backhand without even doing it physically. Check it out.
This is going to be great television, I will say that.
Okay, so you heard that, right, guys? This is great for television. This is theater. This, you know what? I'm going to treat this as fun today because I think it's kind of cool. I think it's fun. We're going to have fun with this today. Hey, I guess Trump didn't need any talcum powder for Zelenskyy today, huh?
All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together.
Do you see how these people are like children? They're like, I'm like, can you guys like have some order and like speak one at a time? Speak like real people.
We'll see.
He said, we'll see. I don't know. Basically, the guy is a kid. Zelensky's a kid. He's a kid playing in a grown man's world. I mean, the guy is weird anyway, right? He can't handle this. It's crazy. All right. So let's go to number one here. This is the one I really wanted to get to. He's going to get spanked in this one. And I just guarantee you that he didn't look happy, did he, guys? All right. This one's the 7-minute one, and we're going to break it down. But listen to how these gentlemen were prepared for this dictator. And don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan of Vladimir either. Vladimir Putin is a thug too. We all know that. But this is the beggar who's coming for billions of your tax-paying dollars.
This thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred.
No. As a matter of fact, there is a young lady that is from the Ukraine, and she says that this guy has a place in Moscow, and he admires Vladimir Putin. That's one thing I got to tell you, Donald. Zelenskyy admires Vladimir Putin and wants to be a ruler just like him.
And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with, him either. So it's not a question of alignment. I'm aligned with the world. I want to get the thing set up.
He's in line with the world.
I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way.
That's right. You're never going to get a deal that way. Deal or no deal, folks. And we don't even need Howie Mandel for this one. Check it out. There's a thug that runs the Ukraine. There's a thug that runs Russia. But I got to tell you, the short Russian thug is crazy. That dude cares about no one, actually, at the end of the day. He just wants to do the whole takeover. Well, we know in the Bible, Russia's going to be one of the powerhouses towards the end of the age anyway. But for us believers, it's going to be towards the beginning, and everybody else is going to have to fight this out.
So that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin and
You know what's funny? You know, brain dead Biden did talk crap about Vladimir Putin. But you know what? He wouldn't be able to fight Vladimir Putin on a good day.
invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions.
You know what's funny? The last resident, Josephina Robinette Biden, had no gumption whatsoever. I mean, he was just a puppet on a string. Puppet on a string. Basically, that's what he was. Let's continue, friends.
What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Oh, can I ask you? Because I'm Vladimir Zelenskyy, and I want to ask you, the vice president. I cannot speak a good English, but I want your American tax dollars. I want my money. I want to give money to my diplomats from Ukraine, buy very, very big, expensive beachfront home in Europe, and buy very, very expensive home in Netherlands for my diplomats so that we get rich off American people. We are stepping on American back, get interestly rich so we can take all your money from America. Yes, Ukrainian.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014.
Okay, so yeah, okay, that's fine. Why are you going back to 2013? Why are you dancing around a hat, boy? I'm telling you, this clown show is awesome.
So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump. And
Okay, so what do you mean? Now. Hey, it looks like he's been wearing those same pajamas for the last, 6-7 years? Possibly?
God bless, now President Trump
God doesn't want to bless you, brother. You've been killing Christians.
will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what they call
And you did too! You killed people too, Zelenskyy. And you're still doing it. You're trapping men in your country because they don't want to fight for you anymore because you're nothing but a heinous, money-grabbing murderer. That's all you are, bro. Or should I call you broette? Especially some of the videos I can show you in a future episode, folks, about this guy. Yeah.
contact line.
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2015.
2014.
Yeah. So
I
he killed.
was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly
but-
right.
Exactly. He wasn't there in 2014, pal. Let's not play this game, Vladimir. Man, you know what, dude? Wow. Yep. Very dustier you are.
Yes, but during 2014 till 2022, yeah, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him. Me, like a new president, in 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel. We signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him.
You know what, bro? You're a joke. You're an absolute pompous joke, and it's about to be proven in a few seconds.
Gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people, and he didn't exchange prisoners.
Wait a minute. You both killed your own people. Both of you guys are guilty of crimes against humanity.
We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What
You speaking about.
It's what are you speaking about? Use proper English if you're going to come and try to finagle us for money.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
You know what's funny, guys? This dude has no respect for you or me. He just wants our money. I think he wanted some, $350 billion? This guy is a joke. And he is about to get the smack put on him real quick. Watch.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future.
Wait a minute. He says we're going to feel it in the future. You know what? Buddy? You're about to feel something in the present. Here it comes. Wait for it. This thug is about to get ripped.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's exactly what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now.
You ready for the boot, guys? You guys ready for some boots?
With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people.
You know what? He's telling them right. He's gambling with the lives of millions of people. Zelenskyy doesn't realize how much of a chump he's looking like right now.
You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's backed you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you noticed that he's chastising him as if he has to talk to one of his children when they were younger? It's like a father chastising a child in front of the public. This is crazy.
You said thank you once this
a
entire meeting?
Times.
No, in this
Even
entire
today,
meeting, you said thank
even
you.
Today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Jojo, my friend, God bless you.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country's in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No. You've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning.
I know.
You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
You haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You
and
haven't
not
been
only
alone.
in this
We
cabinet.
gave you, through
I
this
said
stupid
thank you.
president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military
president.
equipment,
You
and you
voted
men
for
are
your
brave,
president.
but they had to use our military.
What about West
If you didn't have
You
our
invited
military
me-
equipment,
you invited
if
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days, this is something
Maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course.
Maybe less. Wow.
Yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this. I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
that there,
thank you
accept
to
that,
American people.
Accept that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's
I
very
understand.
important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the
I'm
cards.
thankful.
You're buried there. Your people are dying.
tell you
You're
again,
running
I
low
know.
on soldiers.
Don't-
Listen,
don't please,
you're running
Mr.
low on
President.
soldiers. It would be a damn good thing.
Mr.
And
President.
then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look. If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're
I
saying
said-
you don't want a ceasefire.
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
with guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our
This guy is a chump, isn't he?
people about ceasefire, what they think.
That wasn't
doesn't
with
matter
me.
for you what-
That
what
wasn't
this
with me.
means. It
That was
wasn't
with
with you.
a guy named Biden who was not a smart person.
This
That
is
was
your,
with,
this
that was
is
with
your
Obama.
president. It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Yes.
I gave you the javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards. But without us, you don't have any cards.
One more question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make,
Um,
because the attitudes have to change.
what if Russia breaks ceasefire? What if Russia?
Okay. So basically, that was the clown show that was on TV this past weekend. Oh my goodness. Folks, it just keeps getting better, huh? It just keeps getting better. Well, you guys ready for some fun now? All right. So that just goes to show you that these people are playing with lives. Now, I'm ready for a laugh. These are AI generated videos that have been put together, and they are absolutely funny, but on point. Oh, 1, 2, pull. Uh-oh, pause. Go to it. Oh, one punch. Oh, he's out of there. You're out. Oh, you're out, dude. You're out. See ya.
And what you're doing is
I love this part, guys.
very disrespectful to the country, this country.
Hey, he's having a tantrum.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the very
bad position,
beginning
and
of
he
the
happens
war.
to be right about
From the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You
was
don't have the
in-
cards right now.
You don't have the cards right now. You don't have the credit cards. You don't have a MasterCard. You don't have a Visa. What you gonna do, brother? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. So, how are you guys doing today? How's Monday treating you guys? I hope it's treating you well. I hope you are having the best day ever. That was funny. A little wrestling match. This world is not for long, I tell you, and it's going to end quicker than we think, which I'm quite fine with. I think that people are so sick and tired of all this nonsense that it's like that guy came here and showed total disrespect. But he wants your money. He wants our money. And he was not thankful whatsoever. But you're going to get people to say, well, that was just wrong how they treated him. No, it was actually right. It's like someone coming to your house and disrespecting you when you tell them not to wear shoes inside your house and they do it anyway. That's how that was. And tomorrow is going to be a good one too, guys. I'm going to make sure tomorrow's better. I might have a good friend to stop by tomorrow. I'm not sure. And I'm just trying to make sure that he's able to do it tomorrow. So I'm going to make sure that we end the show well today. And I'm going to take some thoughts from you guys. So I hope you guys are doing good, because tomorrow I'm going to do a special podcast where it's going to be a call-in Tuesday. Call in with Vin tomorrow. And I'm going to make sure that everybody gets prayed for tomorrow and today. Because I truly, truly love each and every one of you. And the thing of it is, it's going to be a celebration tomorrow. Coco Bear, Pistol Pete, Joanna, Arrows, Kathy B, Caterlin, Cousin Pookie, Mindy, Jojo left already. Yeah, Jojo saved by grace. So tomorrow we're gonna have a good show, and you know what? I am gonna try and get Bubba News on too. I want to make that happen. So it'll be fun. Lisa, how you doing? All right. So you know what? I'm looking for some other videos too. And tomorrow, I just want to make sure that everybody's going to be here tomorrow for this, because it's going to be a good Tuesday. And Pistol Pete, give me a shout after the show, bro. We need to talk. Because I want to put some things together, and I'm actually going to run it by you. It's going to be good. So, and it's just going to be exciting. So let's try and do that. So give me a shout, Pistol Pete, after the show. All right, guys. So I want to try and find the video that I just put up today. And it is about the Constitution of the United States of America. Ooh. And it seems like they're trying to hide that from me, but it's all right. I'll find it anyway. It could run, but it can't hide. So this past weekend, I went to a restaurant named Cracker Barrel, And I have to say, I had strawberry cheesecake pancakes. And they were pretty good. But I have to say, the eggs weren't desirable with the breakfast. The eggs were not that great. And I'm just being honest. I've had better eggs. And they weren't good, man. So, yeah, they were interesting. They were interesting. That's all I got to say. So, hold on. So I was wondering why certain restaurants, cook their eggs differently. And these, it seemed like they weren't even real eggs. And so I think it's because I'm eating farm fresh eggs at home that they taste a lot better. I mean, what do you guys think? Because I was eating these things and I'm like, hey, these things are not good. Do you guys eat farm fresh eggs? Because I do. Yeah, because the eggs out of the carton are just like, ugh. You know? I think some of us need to get some of our own chickens. You know what I mean? I like to know how much eggs are in your area, guys. How much are they? Somebody might say $20 a dozen. And I had a friend that said he was paying $32 for a flat of eggs. $32. That's a lot. 32 bucks? How much are you guys paying for a dozen? Whoa. Cherie says $9.57. Oh, $5.57 for a dozen. What state are you in? Wow. $5.57. You know, some restaurants aren't serving. Wow, Eros at $4.29. Cousin Pookie, $5. Caterland, holy smokes, almost $10 a dozen? Wow. Oh, you go to Trader Slows, Cousin Pookie. Ah. Oh, Kentucky, okay. Yeah, $9.58 for a dozen of eggs. And somebody told me down in San Diego, California, they are $12 a dozen. So Caterling gets the high number of $9, almost $10 a dozen. Holy Toledo, man. And eggs are like liquid gold, too. Oh, $2.99. That's the wow. $2.99 a dozen? Wow. Caterland wins the high price. Higher or lower? Isn't that kind of like The Price is Right? I have some friends that sell eggs at a farmer's market on Thursdays, and they said that people are literally trying to fight one another to get these eggs. That's insane. Yeah, yeah, really, Cousin Pookie. It's like gold, man. It's like liquid gold. Those eggs, yeah. Yikes. Yeah. Well, if I tell you the price that I'm paying for a flat You'll be like, what? $15 for 3 dozen? Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Man, wow, Dean, that's incredible, man. Supporting veterans, paying $15. Wow. Wow. Dean's hilarious. I love it. 3 eggs? 3 eggs. Oh man, that's funny. All right. I'll bring myself back in the picture because I was looking at the comments and I didn't want to see you guys see me all up on the screen. All right. So check this out. This is a reading of the United States Constitution. Like this guy found this about our founding forefathers. Check this out. This is really cool and you're going to like it. I think you would if you guys love the Constitution.
Many Americans would be surprised to learn that the word democracy does not appear in the Declaration of Independence or the U.S. Constitution, nor does it appear in any of the constitutions of the 50 states. The founders did everything they could to keep us from having a democracy. James Madison, rightly known as the father of the Constitution, wrote in essay number 10 of the Federalist Papers, "Democracies have ever been spectacles of turbulence and contention, have ever been found incompatible with personal security or the rights of property, and have in general been as short in their lives as they have been violent in their deaths." Alexander Hamilton agreed, and he stated, "We are a republican government. Real liberty is never found in despotism or in the extremes of democracy."
Amen.
And John Adams, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, stated, "Democracy never lasts long. It soon wastes, exhausts, and murders itself." The founders had good reason to look upon democracy with contempt because they knew that the democracies in the early Greek city-states produced some of the wildest excesses of government imaginable.
Wow, that's incredible, right? That is incredible. The Constitution of the United States of America. The founding forefathers knew that we should not be a democracy. They knew it. Because they knew everything would go right down the Camo if the United States wasn't a constitutional republic. That's incredible. Oh, so by the way, everybody, I just really appreciate you guys being here. This is really, really awesome. I am so glad you're here today. I always am thankful because you guys could be doing other things, but you're hanging out with old me. You know, and that's cool. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate it. So I just want to find the video that I was going to play at the end. And you guys know I always try to play a good one for you at the end because I appreciate what this video is all about at the end. And by the way, just for Cousin Pookie and all of you, I am going to do a pop-up Saturday at 11 a.m. Pacific. Pop-up Saturday coming up this weekend. So hopefully you guys get ready for that one. It's going to be a fun one this weekend. Pop-up Saturday. We are doing one this weekend. So fasten your seatbelts and get ready for it. And don't go anywhere right now. I just want to play this video and then I will say my goodbyes. You guys ready? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go to Paul Harvey, 1965. If I were the devil.
If I were the devil, if I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have 1/3 of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree, thee. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills. If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions, just let those run wild. Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door. Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing. Paul Harvey. Good day.
Hey, and as Paul Harvey would say, and now you know the rest of the story. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. And I'm going to always try and keep them under an hour now because I don't want to, take up all of you guys' time. And I just appreciate the fact that you guys even, watch and share and just pray for the growth of the podcast because we're still in a growing stage, folks. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. Love you all. God bless you. And I will see you tomorrow. It's going to be a goodie. Oh, and I got a surprise tomorrow about who my pop-up Saturday guest is going to be. It's going to be super exciting. Yes, indeed. God bless you. Love and take care of one another.